I feel almost called to share a message about caffeine, coffee particularly, but just caffeine in general. Um, Over the summer, this past summer, I reestablished a connection, a beautiful, pure connection with someone from a long time ago in my life. Um, we were never able to establish that at that time. And as divine timing will have it today, we were finally able to establish this connection this year. But anyway, every connection, every sacred connection that we establish with higher self counterparts or someone from a past life, of course, our twin flame, everyone has a unique kind of purpose and message for us. We illuminate certain aspects and things within ourselves to come into greater alignment and remember our divinity. And this particular person, when I connected with them, my heart told me, I received a message from my heart that said, please, no caffeine. And at the time, I was drinking a lot of coffee. I was drinking a lot of caffeine. And I've since my awakening, I've gone through a lot of different diet changes. I've stopped drinking caffeine for, actually for a year at one point, and, then long periods at a time. And then I'll come back to caffeine. That's just sort of how it goes. But recently, I've been being directed away from caffeine, and I want to share what has happened. I've actually attempted to, on 2 different mornings, very recently, after like a couple days of not having coffee or any caffeine, I said, let me put a Keurig cup in my Keurig and make a cup of coffee. So one morning, I made some hot cacao, some ceremonial cacao with my Keurig. Worked, whatever. I went back later on that day to make a cup of coffee, and not even halfway. It had just begun to start pouring, and the Keurig shut off. And I was like, "Whoa, that's not a coincidence. That's a direct message." Okay, poured it out. I didn't, and then it was a couple days later. I did the exact same thing, and I swear to you, after a couple cups of tea and ceremonial cacao between those 2 days, as I was brewing that cup of coffee, the same thing happened and it shut off. And I said, wow, this is a message for me, and also I've been moving my body more. I've been skating. I've been feeling really, really good. And without the caffeine, I'm starting to realize, I'm like, caffeine kind of actually drains us at the end of the day. The caffeine does not give us energy in the first place. Like, it's not like a mushroom tincture or any kind of supplement that actually is fueling your cells. Caffeine just blocks some kind of neurotransmitter in the brain that tells you you're tired. So it makes you feel wired and actually causes anxiety. But coffee's just so good. We love it with cream and a little sugar or whatever. But coffee actually will deplete you of your energy in the long run because your body then becomes physiologically dependent on it. And it's not drawing from your own will. So this, I guess, like I said, I almost feel called to share this message. If you're someone who is a caffeine consumer, especially coffee in the morning, and there's like nothing like that cup of coffee on a cold morning and like a book and everything like that, maybe just ask yourself, like, deep down, is there something telling you that you have multiple crutches in your life that are actually preventing you from moving forward in certain areas, and maybe caffeine might be one of them? I don't know, just something to consider.